Hey friends, welcome to season 5 of Getting Close Up, the show focused on independent artists and creatives. Can you believe it? Season 5, y'all. I'm Danielle Cox, your host, and go ahead and make it official by liking, subscribing, and dinging the notification bell so you don't miss a thing. Why would you want to miss anything? We've been doing this for a while. Are you down to lose your mind? Well, buckle up because there's a storm in the shelter and we're going down the road of life's lessons with a folksy and bluesy artist who is a singer, songwriter, and band leader. Today, we are getting close up with Joshua James Warren of Joshua James and the First Aid Kit.
I love that. I love that. I love that. I love that. That's it.
It was good. Like all your titles just so happen to be able to go together like a Mad Lib.
Well, I do realize when I'm writing these songs, I use a lot of the same rhymes through so many songs. And so I'm like, oh, we're just using the same bit again. Like different times I've written down the road in different songs.
Oh my gosh. So how do you, that's a funny, I'm just going to go ahead and ask you now. Is there a way when you start becoming cognizant of that you try to avoid it?
I try to avoid it, but I'll realize because a lot of sentences end with you. Mm-hmm. And then how many words rhyme with you? And then I'm just writing. I'm like, oh, I wrote that same rhyme scheme in the other song. Or there are some songs where I realize the chorus is just this. I'm rhyming the same word with the same word 4 times, but the sentence is different. So whatever, it works. It works.
It's very Nicki Minaj of you.
Yes.
But you're looking very relaxed and sun-kissed. Yes. You just got back from Italy?
Italy. I spent 9 days in Italy. It was beautiful.
Wow.
I went to Venice, Tuscany, Florence, Rome. It was amazing. I had wine out of a 15th century wine cellar.
Ooh.
I saw a statue from 1 BC, which was crazy.
I love places like that. They have so much history.
So we ate at a Michelin star restaurant. I tried octopus. Amazing. Octopus, fire. Loved it. The wine in Italy is like the great. They gave you free meat and cheese wherever you went, and the meat and the cheese was just everything.
Free meat and cheese everywhere you go.
Everything was so good. It was so good. We went to the Italian festival yesterday. I'm like, where's the gelato? I see no gelato.
Now you're a snob.
I spent 9 days. I'm like, ciao, grazie.
Just living that rock star life. You didn't go serenading down the streets of Tuscany, did you?
I went, it was my cousin got married in Tuscany, and I got to play
That's beautiful.
Instrumentals while they were saying their vows. And so I did play a little bit in Tuscany. It was very cool, very beautiful.
Aww.
It was a lot of fun.
That is so cool. Now, there's one thing that I've been meaning to ask you regarding the band name.
Okay. Joshua James with the First Aid Kit.
Right. So if your band is the First Aid Kit, are you the doctor, the nurse, or the injury?
So we actually toyed with doing the doctor thing. Like I wanted to get you ever play Smash Brothers, like Mario? You know they have the Dr. Mario has the thing.
Uh-huh.
I thought about doing that for a few shows. I thought it'd be fun, but I think I'm the doctor. We're here. Our tagline is losing your mind. We have the cure.
Oh, that's the tagline.
Yeah.
Okay, I learned something new today. I didn't know that.
I'll send you the EPK. It's what we send out to venues. Losing your mind, find the cure. Boom. That's got awesome. You.
Now, listening to a lot of your old music and, seeing you perform as many times as I have, you have taken a huge growth journey, I feel. Your stage persona in particular on stage I feel like it's tweaked and changed. Do you feel the same way?
Yeah, 1,000%. Mm-hmm. We were in KC, right? So when I first moved here, it was just me and my guitar, and then slowly I built this band. And I've tried a lot of things that didn't work. And I'm finally at a space now where on stage, when things go wrong, I don't really stress as much as I used to because I'm just as long as I'm having fun, typically the audience is having fun too.
Right.
So if my guitar is breaking or if I forget to turn on my pedal board or whatever, I'm learning that as long as I'm having fun, or the band members are having fun, everyone else is having fun. And so it's given me a huge relief. I no longer, I don't get stressed about doing crazy outlandish things in front of people anymore.
Yeah, like wearing your underwear on stage.
We wore underwear on stage. We play the Halo theme song.
Oh, that was dope. I love that.
We have a show coming up where we have some bits. My friend for my birthday he's got an old rotisserie phone. Rotary phone?
Rotary?
An old rotary
I was like...
an old rotary phone. And he put a microphone into the phone handle. And so we're going to open the show with a bit about sleeping and missing the show and being late. And it's going to be like a really fun... I love bits, and everyone I perform with, they seem to be down with the theatrical bit. So we're just going to keep doing it.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yes.
And we'll talk a little bit later about how that ties in with like marketing and advertising yourself for sure. So tell me a little bit, going back to the beginning, tell me a little bit about the idea of the Band-Aid. Is the one earlier song that you said was like one of your, at least in the intro, you said it was like one of your more personal songs. And you just like, what songs to date would you say are the most personal that you've done?
So I really enjoy my ballads the most. So that's Baby Please Don't Go, Consistency, Thoughts, and these very slow, somber songs. And there was a moment where I was only writing. The problem, when you start writing music, you write about what you're feeling and what you're emotional and passionate about. And it typically comes from sad moments in your life. And so I had to sit down one day and be like, if I'm going to actually do this, I need to start writing these upbeat, like Storm in the Shelter, Lose My Mind, Down the Road, like all these like more fast songs. And so I think when I'm drawing in a new audience, I have to be cognizant that they don't know who I am. And so I have to hit them with the hard, fast, heavy, fun, we're here to have a party stuff. And then I can sneak in a few of those
Sneak in a few of those sentimental things.
And that's how I win them over. Because when we're doing a song like Baby Please Don't Go, which I'm going to play later, there's a moment in the song where there's no sound on stage, and we called it, we stand for silence, we just pause. And if the room is quiet, we have them. And that's there's nothing better than that feeling. You know that you were in the pocket and everybody there is attached to that moment.
That's so
It's
dope.
an amazing feeling.
And then like changing from, just being yourself to deciding to get a band, that gives you more breadth and room in how you can put songs together. So talk to me a little bit about the ways that you have expanded in your songwriting and composing songs because you have a band.
So I think it's no secret that the band has gone through many shapes and forms.
Right.
I think it always will, which is great. We're Joshua James and the First Aid Kit. Anybody and everybody is a Band-Aid, can be a Band-Aid, will be a Band-Aid. And everyone's welcome to play. What that means that there's right now, there's 7 of us at our full force.
Oh, wow.
Which makes it very difficult for everyone to make every show, every gig, every practice. And so we have different shapes of the band. But because we have, right now we have 2 trombone players, we have Antonio J, we have a rapper, he does backup vocals now. We have Mitch, who can play, literally like Mitch, I walked up to him and was like, I want to do the Halo theme song, what do you think? And in 20 minutes, he had the whole song.
Yeah, the whole thing.
Ready to go. And then we have a drummer, Chris, he's dope. Out of this world. And then right now we have our bass players, Parker. They're all just so good at I am not a technically skilled musician. I know this. I am a songwriter, or I have this idea. Right now, we're working on this song that I don't know if we're gonna perform for another few months, but there's this there's this stacking of vocals.
Oh.
These vocal line stacks, which I haven't done before in a song, but I was like, I think I can do this, and I brought it to them, and immediately they're on board and they're trying to figure it out. Or I take a song like Baby Please Don't Go, and there's this through line now of this real churchy organ that carries through it, that gives it this whole new emotion. It's been really cool because I can have an idea and be like, I want to do this crazy thing. Let's learn the Halo theme song. And in 20 minutes, they're like, all right, we got the Halo theme song. Well, what else do you want to do?
It helps to have really talented people around you like that.
I am surrounded by so much talent. I am so grateful.
Yeah.
I think I'm a great songwriter. I'm a strong singer, great performer. But when it comes to my actual guitar skill set, I'm all right. I just am lucky enough that there are talented people who want to play with me.
That is so cool. Yeah, and it makes it, when you are so willing to experiment and play around,
Yes.
just the joy of just playing with music and not being so regimented and how it needs to sound, it makes it a lot easier to flow with the changes. And I think that's a really big strength. So with these talented people that you have and the talents that you have, your flexibility and everything, what do you see as the goal for you and your band or you as an artist? Like what would be the ultimate thing that you want to happen?
I mean, to do this full time.
Mm.
That's the goal, right? The goal is to make music
Well, it depends. Not everybody has the same goal.
for me, it's to perform for as many people as I can. And like when people come to the shows now and they sing the words, they know song. There was a show where I was like, guys, we're out of time. We can't do Down the Road. And people were like, play Down the Road. And I was like, whoa, okay.
Now that's a really cool thing.
Okay,
That's super
cool. Like that was a genuine, like I wasn't doing, because sometimes behind the curtain, we pretend we're not going to do an encore, but we totally, of course, we're going to do the encore.
That's what everybody does. I
Yeah.
love and hate when that happens.
We end like 5 minutes early. We're like, oh, we couldn't possibly do another song. But that was a genuine moment of we can't do this song. The venue said, time's up. And people were upset. And that was such a cool reaction.
Yeah.
And so that's when people sing my lyrics or like connect to the song, that's the goal. The goal is to do that with as many people as possible.
Would you ever want to be signed?
Yes, 1,000%.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything that can allow me to keep pursuing music. Because right now, we all have day jobs, and then we're just doing music on the side.
Yeah, and that can be complicated too, you know. So to piggyback on that, as far as what success looks like to you, when you are thinking about who to carry forward in the band, like say you guys do get signed, how do you think that's going to affect the overall look and feel of your band? Just thinking in the future, if that were to happen.
So realistically, like my band, as of right now, I think we're 7 people. There's the core 4, which I use that term all the time, and that's drummer, lead guitar, rhythm guitar, and bass player. And so that's the main 4. And then right now we have 2 trombone players and a rapper. And so I would stick with the 4 always, and then kind of invite people to come and go as they please or as the gigs allow. Because realistically, is a record label going to sign some 7-piece band?
And
I'm
that's,
very
you know,
aware of that.
yeah.
But I think a 4-piece, and then, you know, obviously, if if we get signed, then we can afford to pay our friends to come play with us. Because
That's
right now,
another good
we're all
point.
just kind of doing it. We're all just nobody's turning a profit here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you kind of have room for that as I was going to say as a folk artist, but do you consider yourself a folk artist?
I consider indie folk rock as solo. I'm a folk artist through and through. The second the band comes, we become way more rock, way quickly, because everybody else wants it to be loud and fast and crazy. And I'm like, okay, cool, let's do that. That sounds great.
It sounds like you would just really have a mix of the solo version of yourself. That's just you and a guitar, and then the big bombastic versions of yourself with the band.
Right.
That's pretty cool.
Like sometimes I sit down and I play songs that we play as a band, and I forget, oh, I used to do this completely differently by myself.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. And now you're having to consider the different ways that you can do this and try to keep that same feel maybe.
Yeah.
Or add to it without
completely changing the emotion. Like I have to get on my drummer because he's amazing, Chris Fusco, fantastic. We love you. But
he's a cool dude.
He wants to just drum. He wants to go fast all the time, and so like these slow songs. Like, hey, buddy, I know you're ready to get to the end of the song. Like we just re-recorded 3 songs. We just re-recorded a song, "Losing My Mind," and the tempo is like twice. We were in the studio. He was like, "No, this is how we play it." I was like, "I don't think so."
No,
but
I don't think so.
This is the remix. Fine, we'll do your version, and we're listening back to it now. We're like, yeah, it's pretty fast. It sounds great, but it's really fast. Tony raps on it, and he was like, "I can't do that live." I was like, don't worry, we're not going to play it like that live.
That's hilarious. Well, speaking of your songs, you brought your guitar with you. It's a beautiful guitar to play a song for us today.
Oh, yes. I'd love to.
All right.
Cool. So very recently, the St. Louis music community lost a very dear friend of mine His name was Matt Close, or as his friends called him, Aunt Soul. He was in the very first band I was ever a part of, the Rowdytown Bandits, and this is a song that we used to play together. I still play it now with the First Aid Kit, but this one is for him. Baby, please don't go. Why don't you stay? My baby, please don't go. Don't walk away. Baby, please don't go. I'll change my way. But baby, please don't go. Was all I could say. Well, I've had my fun, and you've had yours. I got what I want, but still I want more. You're on the run from something I did. You're closing your curtains and locking the door. Oh, let me in. Let's just pretend that this is different now than before. And can we go back to when you would say, oh baby, I'm yours. Baby, please don't go. Why don't you stay? My baby, please don't go. Don't walk away. And baby, please don't go. I'll change my way. But baby, please don't go. Was all I could say. So baby, please don't go. Don't go away. My baby, please don't go. Just look my way. Baby, please don't go. I'll change my ways, my ways. So baby, please don't go. I want you to stay. And I mean that. Every time I sing that. And we love you, Matt. And we will see you again. So baby, please don't go. Why don't you stay? Baby, please don't go. Don't walk away. Oh, baby, please don't go. I'll change my ways, my ways. Baby, please don't go. Was all I could say.
Thank you so much for that. That was beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you for letting me do that.
Yeah, I could tell how much that means to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty awesome.
Matt was a very dear friend, so it's good to be able to honor him in some way,
Absolutely. And getting more into that, because you mentioned being in a band with him before. Let's talk a little bit about your creative process as a songwriter, right? So like with that song, how much would you say each of you contributed to it, or how did that go?
So that song now has a huge amount of emotional weight attached to it.
Apparently, yeah.
But when I wrote it, I was watching Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. And there's a scene where him and Ramona Flowers, that's the girl he's after in the movie, and they're on a swing set, and she's basically breaking up with him. And Michael Cera had these eyes, these big puppy dog eyes. He looked at her and was like, it just screamed, baby, please don't go. And that song I wrote in it was one of those songs where it just hit me. I was like, I had that moment of baby, please don't go. Pause the movie, and then I wrote the whole song right then and there. Just
wow,
just about Michael Cera staring at this girl.
That's pretty dope, and the way that it's changed, obviously, because of the loss of your friend. But I've heard you perform that song before, and I feel like there was a totally different tone to it. So I mean, it's a tragic thing, but that's the beauty in the lyricism. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's been really cool to see that, because it sounds like a breakup, don't leave me, but don't leave me can mean so many different things,
exactly.
Right? It doesn't just mean my partner leave me. It means somebody just don't go, and now as I'm playing it, I'm realizing this too. There was this clip of me and Matt when we first Matt Close, also, he was a great dude. Everyone in St. Louis knew the guy. He was at every gig, every show. Wasn't the strongest musician in the world, and that's right. Everyone knows this, but he was like everyone's little brother. He was just always around, and we played it at some open mic. It was the first time I played with three guys, me, Matt, and a guy named Jake, and I have a clip of it, and I'm going, baby, please don't go. And he's going, don't go. And so every time I play that song, I hear his voice in my head go, don't go.
That is so cute.
Yes.
That is so cool. But it's also, that's the experience, as a listener, as a consumer. That is what happens when we hear an artist's song. When it gets over to us, it's translated through our own experiences. Yeah. Even if we can connect with the experience that we think you're trying to convey in a song, all of it gets translated through our own lens and perspective.
That's what's so cool is I have songs. I got so many songs. I got 10 songs. I have songs that I'm the Problem, 25 days. It's 25 days to you. And when I wrote that, they did 25 days. It didn't mean anything. I didn't know what that meant. I needed something catchy for the repeated through the chorus. And people have been like, that 25 days part, really, really, people derive meaning from it. And it's so cool to hear that.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we're just writing lyrics.
You just write it, exactly. And then it gets transformed through the lens of your audience.
And then that, in turn, obviously now, Baby Please Don't Go, it's completely different meaning. In turn, hearing how someone might receive a song might then impact how I start playing it, because I'm like, oh,
exactly.
This is the emotion that people are receiving. Let's try to send more of that emotion or more of that intent out.
It's awesome to know you consider that.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I mean, I'd be interested in finding out how many more artists do that, because I've asked these types of questions before, but specifically honing in on if somebody says, oh, okay, that's what that means, so let me start playing.
So I think a lot of people, and it could just be my own hubris, but I think a lot of people are incredibly talented musicians.
Yeah.
But when they get on stage, they're just there to receive the energy. And it's so much a two-way street. It's so much we're doing this together. Because if you're not feeling the audience and you're not giving them what they're giving you, then
Right.
it's like a dance. You know, you don't want to have a bad dance partner. No, I don't care if I can the person's the greatest tango ever. If I don't know how to tango,
If I don't know how to tango, this is gonna be a lot of toes stepped on. And
Yeah, it's so much like I want people to feel what I feel, but also I have to be cognizant and acknowledge what they're feeling too.
Yeah. Do you consistently write, or is it just when you feel like you have a project or spur of the moment?
So yeah, I don't write for projects. The other day I was like, there's no love songs. We're recording an album. There's no love song on the album. What do we do? And I sat down and then I wrote the most heartbreaking song ever. I was like, okay, well that didn't work.
Oh wow.
But I don't sit down with the intent to write. It's typically, I have my guitar by me. It's in the living room or it's by my desk where I'm working. And so I'm just fiddling on it all day. And so little tidbits come out. And then my phone's filled with just recordings of tidbits, which then I forget about for months. And then I go back 3 months later, I'm like, actually, that's kind of catchy. What was I doing there? And I'm like, oh, I didn't put the chords in it. I don't know what I was playing. And then that's what happens. Typically, it's the chorus first, and then the verses come after.
That's so funny. I do something very similar because I don't like, sing and write songs and stuff, but like I'll have thoughts.
Yeah.
And I'll just like, okay, I need to record this. In case I ever feel like I need to say this again, it comes out just like this. So I have like a whole bunch of voice notes for that.
Right, I have a notes app that just has song lyrics that mean nothing, but I'm thinking like, oh, that sounds really clever.
You never know.
If I can work that into something.
Like I don't know if I'm gonna be this smart ever again.
Right.
So let me say this right.
Let me write this down right now. That's some great wordplay right there.
That was awesome wordplay. Now let's get into some of your songs. Like one of your more recent releases, Thoughts. You mentioned it earlier.
Oh yes.
Talk to me about the inspiration and meaning behind that song.
So that one
seems very deep and heavy.
That one wasn't just a random song that came out. I was talking to somebody who was still a very dear friend, but for whatever, this, that, and the other, things didn't work out. And
right.
We were both musicians. We said, let's write a song for each other, work through our feelings. And I sat down and I wrote that one. That one's one of those songs that just came out instantly, but there's a lot of emotion, a lot of heaviness behind that. And I have friends now who I know when they're going through breakups, they listen to it. And so that's really cool because I get sent screenshots of their Spotify. They're like, we're listening to Thoughts. I'm like, I'm sorry. I hope you're doing okay today.
Like songs to cry to.
Right.
Oh, wow. That's good to know. I mean, like it felt like it came from somewhere.
Yeah.
But again, we translate it through our own experiences and stuff. And then it's really beautiful because you have that cello in there and it's like weaving and bellowing through. And it's, it sounds like a moment of clarity and pain, but a little bit of hope too.
It was a moment of this is going to end. We're just wrong time for both of us. We both knew it was going to end. Mm-hmm. We don't necessarily, you don't want it to end, but you acknowledge that these thoughts that I have, they won't go away.
Yeah.
So, you acknowledge, and I think acknowledging that is super, super healing and super sad.
The denial of it is what puts you in a loop because you fail to understand as long as you deny it.
Yeah.
So talk to me about what's next.
We've been in the studio. We re-recorded Losing My Mind. Then we're recording a song called Consistency, which is a very sad song. And then we're doing, what's the last one? 13 Reasons. So we're recording these 3 songs, and then we've got a bunch of gigs coming up. And then hopefully we'll be able to record 3 more songs and then package it all up and have our first album out, which that's the goal. That's like our big pie in the sky, get an album out.
Get an album out.
Yeah. So we're going to drop them all as singles and then package them as an album.
Awesome. Yeah. Let's talk a little bit too. I want to make sure we get this in here about some performances that are coming up because you guys have got some big things coming up.
We do. Yeah. We are playing at Lemonade Park June 20th. We are headlining the Car Microwave Pool Party. It's the 2nd year. This Saturday, we are playing at Pride, which I am very excited to play.
That is so
I am
cool.
a member of the queer community, so we're multiple members of this band. And then we're going to go play the prison in the Lansing Correctional Facility.
What?
We're going to go play one of the prisons that Johnny Cash played at, so that's really cool.
Wow.
And then focus on recording. That's like all of June right there.
And where can they keep up with you so that they can just go ahead and know
Yes.
what's going down?
If you like who I am, you can follow me on Instagram at Joshua James Warren. If you want to see what I'm doing with my band, Joshua James and the First Aid Kit, you can follow us at Joshua James Has a Band. And if you want to find us on Spotify, just look up Joshua James Warren. Or just Google Joshua James and the First Aid Kit, and right now we are the first thing that pops up, which is really cool.
Yeah, it doesn't happen a whole lot.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. Thank you so much. I
Thank
appreciate the way that you were open and shared and bared your heart and soul about your music. And I thank you very much for being open and honest today.
Oh, I appreciate it. Thanks for letting me come here and do this and make music for you.
That's awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Many thanks to my guest, Joshua James Warren, for coming up, showing out, playing some music for us. If you had as much fun as we did, make sure that you like, you comment, and you subscribe so we can keep bringing it to you. This is the first episode of season 5, and we done brought this to you. Come on now. Don't play with us. New episodes of Getting Close Up air bi-weekly on Fridays. We also release the podcast version on all streaming platforms so you can listen to it to your heart's content and even more. I would love if you did that. Make sure you also tune in for me and Dee as we give you the tea on GCU reviews.
Yes.
Lord,
yes.
GCU review. We give you the tea on what's hot and what's not. You don't want to miss it. Thank you guys for joining us and watching. You're the best part of all of this, and we'll see you again soon for another close up. I'll be checking for you. Bye.
See you later. Bye.